We are rolling. I really hope. Hopefully it's all good.
You didn't do your old school startup.
What was my old school startup?
3, 2, 1, extreme boiler style.
Oh God,
Say
never
what?
again.
What is that?
I haven't forgotten that though. I was thinking about that the other day. All right, in today's stream we are watching the robot versus the Aztec Mummy, and I do believe it's a Mexican film.
It is?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
How the...
it probably has
Oh my god, the writing.
you know what's better than the writing? The music in the background.
I'm just trying to get rid of the chat.
Trying to get rid of the chat.
Oh, hang on, I figured it out. It's fine, I can see now.
Also, what do you reckon of the new background?
Oh yeah, I like the green actually.
How cool is that?
It does look better. It's like more aesthetic, I guess. But I do like the green.
Thank you. This is going to be so dope.
I'm so excited for this.
If there is not a robot fighting a mummy in this, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
I mean, are any of these movies actually what they say they are?
Generally. Well, Invisible Ghost was... There was no actual invisible ghosts in that one.
Yeah, and what about the like Vampire Bride one or something?
Bride of the Monster
Yeah.
with Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
That still counts.
How far can the
Does it-
human mind penetrate the mysteries of the great beyond? Who knows?
Hang on, I'm trying to find
This
it.
picture is based upon an extraordinary
God damn it.
experiment carried out
No,
by Drs.
come on.
Hughes and Tooney of the University of Los Angeles. There is no doubt as to its authenticity. Testimony of people participating in the experiment, sworn to by a notary public, preclude the possibility of any fraud. This picture is a combination of factual data mixed with fiction.
Oh, it's presented like it's a real movie.
I was gonna say, wait, we're watching a documentary? I'm still down with that. Are you wearing a door shirt?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
It actually looks better on my stream screen than it does on my monitor because
Good
it's a
evening.
1440p
Good
monitor,
evening.
so it's like
Good evening.
stretched out.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Diaz, Dr. Esther, what a pleasure to have you here.
The pleasure is all ours.
I hope you're feeling well.
Very well, thank you. And you?
The same old laborers, always working.
Trying to find new ways to help patients die painlessly.
Please don't joke. But won't you come in, my
What?
husband?
So
They're
polite.
waiting for you.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm most grateful to you for having taken the trouble to come to my home this evening.
It's no trouble, Doctor.
We're delighted.
Oh
Who
my
can
god,
blame
everyone just keeps
at having
saying
the
hi.
opportunity of visiting with such a beautiful young lady as your wife, Flora.
Flatterer.
How are you, Pinkate?
Fine, Doctor.
Please sit down, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear the movie all right in the stream?
Yeah.
Alright, groovy. Thank you.
Dr. Diaz,
Yes.
Dr.
yes.
Esther, I've taken the liberty of calling you here because I think it's time I revealed something very serious.
Let's hear it then.
It's about the Aztec breastplate and the bracelet, gentlemen.
How's that? Why, the whole thing was forgotten long ago. It's a closed book, Doctor.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I thought, too. But things have happened lately that I think you two should know about. My friends, be patient and allow me to tell you a story. Although you already know part of the history, there are some things that you ignore. I think the best thing to do is to begin at the beginning. You both recall,
Okay,
do you
as
not,
opposed to the beginning at the end.
that occasion years ago, 5 to be exact, when we held a convention on psychiatry in this city. I attended and gave a talk on the results of my studies related to the regression of a patient to a past life through the use of hypnosis. My theory was greeted with amazement and incredulity by the members of the convention. Among others attending that day were you, Dr. Esther.
That'd be cool.
And you, Dr. Diaz. You both had come with Dr. Krupp. And my theory was made the subject of ridicule. And I left the convention bitter and defeated. I got to the house feeling unsure of these ideas. I'd been squelched. But I just couldn't accept the other opinions of my theories. I was sure they could be proven. That
Hey,
night,
Mary,
Flora
check out the
offered to
stream
undergo
camera.
a hypnotic test. She was fully aware of the danger of the experiment. Assisted by her father and by Pinkate, I hypnotized her.
Oh,
During her past life,
that actually
Flora had
reminds me.
lived
I've
among
still
the
got
great
your
peoples of
present
the
here.
Aztec. She told us such strange things,
Another one
amazing
up there
things.
as well somewhere.
Far back in those ancient years, her name had been Xochitl.
You
She was
probably already
deeply in
got
love
the one
with
that
a
I
brave
got
and
you.
high-born warrior called Popoka. Their love was so strong that it would not answer to reason.
I just
So
realized
they
I wasn't
decided
paying
to run
attention
away,
to the movie
even
at
though
all.
it was her sacred duty
Yeah.
to preserve her maidenhood and be sacrificed to the god Tecatlicopa. But they were discovered by the tribal priests. As punishment, the warrior was buried alive, and an eternal curse was placed upon him.
Love that.
This is awesome.
What blows my mind is that these women are all so beautiful and they don't need like all of this
Lip filler.
makeup and lip filler and cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, but you've got to remember people ate a lot cleaner back then because they didn't have as much chemicals and shit in their food. Everyone was just living with the moment, just vibing. You know, for anybody that just like randomly stumbles upon this stream and just like starts watching right now, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah, they're gonna be like, this isn't a horror movie.
Where's the human sacrifice?
Where's all the Aztec people is what I want to know.
These guys might be Aztecs.
Some of them? That was a very dramatic move.
Yeah.
Kaki po kaki. Umate me kawo ni wiki. Me palkoi. Ni misong gupilia. Ingwani ke le huia. Mayewi gatinete. Mone malkayeli.
I can't understand
Moyolo
this.
yash.
As for Xochitl, she was adorned with the bracelet and the breastplate, which were engraved with hieroglyphics, indicating where the Aztec treasure was hidden.
Yeah, I thought
Then
they
they
were
cut out her
Aztecs.
heart. But as she began to regain consciousness,
Yeah, but it just means
in the
some of
exact moment
the
I came to the end of my little
actors
experiment,
in the scene playing
struggled and
Aztecs are
began to
not
shout.
all of that background.
Yeah.
Flora had a
They're like
terrible
Mexican
attack
actors
of
instead
some
of
kind,
like.
and her blood pressure
I
dropped
think
to
there's
such
still
an
like
extent that we were
some
afraid she
Aztec
might
DNA
die.
in like
But
Mexicans
a couple of
anyway.
weeks later, we
Some,
discovered
at
that
least.
Dr. Krupp, a man who had suddenly become a dangerous criminal in the underworld, had been there spying during my experiment. The experiment had been a complete success. But since we realized that no one would believe us unless we could come up with absolute proof, we decided to search for the breastplate and the bracelet. Flora acted as our guide, and we discovered a hidden passageway beneath the pyramid of Teotihuacan.
It's pretty cool.
He's wearing horse riding pants.
What, galoshes? No, not galoshes. What am I thinking of? Jodders.
What?
Aren't they called jodhpurs?
I've got no idea. Not around horses. So I assume this is them going to the tomb after they've had this conversation
Yeah.
in the house.
Professor, I think we're up
Oh
against
no,
a
I
dead
think
end.
this was 5 years ago.
The Aztecs wouldn't
Oh.
build a secret passageway just to have it end up
Because
for
he
no
had
rhyme or
to
reason.
tell the story from the
There must be
beginning,
some way
remember?
through that
Right,
wall.
gotcha.
Professor, it sounds hollow.
But it's so thick that it's senseless to try to break through.
Pinkate, lend me a hand, please. Flora, come on.
Oh, that tire you out, did it, buddy?
This must be a little room beneath the pyramid.
Yes, but I know it isn't the temple. Look what I found! Come here!
Look what I found. Come
What
here.
is it?
It looks like a well.
Oh,
Well, I
it
think
Why
it's
did
an
they
air
have a
shaft,
kid
but
with them?
undoubtedly it will lead us somewhere.
Probably to the temple.
Well then, what are we waiting for?
Come on.
let's go. If you hear any crashing sounds, it's because my cats are running around my room.
What happens if it's the movie? What happens if the crashing sounds happen in the movie?
Well, if they happen in the movie, then
After
obviously it's the
descending
movie.
several
But if you
flights
hear
of
like
stairs,
crashing sounds on my end,
We suddenly
it's the
encountered the
cat.
hair-raising face of the god Tecatlicopa.
Can't see
We
shit.
had reached the lower temple and the Aztec tomb that Flora had mentioned.
I'm pretty sure that like they've cut out the original Spanish dialogue from this and have put in like the narration.
And there we came across the skeleton of what had once been Xochi. On the chest lay the solid gold breastplate.
Xochi, this is horrible to think I was she.
She was the chick that played her in like the ceremony, the fake ceremony, or the reproduction
You know,
ceremony.
we're the first persons to break in here.
I think.
It's a world that slumbered all these years and begins to awaken now. We've found what we wanted so badly.
No, Edward, don't do it.
I wish we could stream The Mummy with Brendan
Oh
Fraser.
my god. Freaking love that movie.
It's one of the best.
I watch that like multiple times a year.
Nice, they're just like defacing a corpse. Why is it if you bury a body like in a coffin, nobody comes and like fucks with it, but if you put it in a temple, then
Now, in
everybody
fact, I'll
feels
be
like
able
they've got the right to
demonstrate this
fuck with it.
colleagues and prove my feeling.
Yeah, look, I don't know.
It's simply amazing.
Just a few days after I got the breastplate, I asked you all here, including Dr. Krupp, as you'll recall.
Certainly. I'd say that it was the greatest experience of my life.
And mine, too.
You must also recall that I said that I'd study the breastplate and that I'd try to decipher the hieroglyphics and see what they meant. Since I knew that the message would tell how to find that hidden treasure.
Yes, but I remember your telling us that you also needed the bracelet.
Exactly, Doctor. One object complemented the other. Without the bracelet, it was simply impossible to decipher the code. So I decided to go back for it. In
Stop
spite of the Aztec curse
yawning.
that
Can't
surrounded
help it, man.
He who defiles the tomb of the Aztecs and finds the sacred plate will run the risk of death and his family as well, until the breastplate is replaced.
I depended upon the help of my father-in-law and of my good friend Dr.
Good, so be
Kincaid.
it.
So once again, the three of us got together and
Sort
returned
of
to the
deserve
tomb.
it then.
When we reached there and I was just about to pick up the bracelet, my father-in-law stumbled on something and called my attention to it.
Look here.
So they're returning the breastplate now?
No, I think he went back to get the bracelet to go with
Look
the
there. Doesn't that
breastplate.
grape belong to Popoka?
Yes, according to the legend, it does.
In that case, where is he now?
Oh, it's gonna be a mummy.
Oh,
Oh, this is cool. You can hear the shuffling as well.
God, I hope it jumps out.
We heard a strange shuffling noise that was coming in our direction. And then out of the darkness appeared the ghastly and terrifying Popoka. The Aztec warrior had come back to life. Come back to life to retrieve the objects that had been left in his care for eternity. Let's put out the lights. I have an idea. I don't think he can stand it. Turn them on. Shine them in his face. Turn them off again. Lights again. You
Yeah,
better run,
man,
I'll
that's
follow.
a zombie. Mummy, same thing.
Well, a mummy is a kind of zombie when you think about it. Although I'm pretty sure like mummies are like magic.
Well, yeah, when you look at the Egyptian
Professor,
stuff, yeah,
help me!
they're essentially magic.
You can, you know what? Like this would be done better because you can tell it's not American. You know what I mean? They probably like show more stuff. You know what I mean?
To be perfectly frank, I thought my time had come. If it hadn't been for my friends, I'd have been torn to pieces.
It's incredible. A mummy comes back to life after hundreds of
Torn
years
to
in a
pieces.
sepulcher.
Dr. Diaz, you have my word of honor that the story I have been telling is the truth. Popoka as I told you, was punished because he loved young Xochi. His curse was to guard the priceless bracelet as well as the golden breastplate, to do so for all eternity. Under this terrible curse, his poor soul
Yeah, I
would
think
never
this
find
is
repose.
dubbed.
Continue.
No,
Edward.
it is 100%
Well, the
dubbed.
bat on many occasions tried to steal these objects that I had found. Time passed rapidly.
Okay, good, because I'm
I
like,
thought the whole
his
business had been
mouth is
forgotten.
moving differently
No, it's
than...
'cause
But I
he's
found that
speaking
the Aztec curse
Spanish.
still followed us.
Right.
One night, the mummy came to this house to get his treasure pieces,
Have you seen the Spanish version of
and he
Dracula?
kidnapped Flora.
No.
They filmed it alongside the English version
He
with
tied
Bela
her to the
Lugosi.
sacrificial stone where the skeleton of Xochi had lain for
Many
centuries.
people
watch
actually
that.
prefer the Spanish version.
And placed
I think the
bracelet
Spanish
and the
version
breastplate
is
on
as
her.
good, if not better, than the Bela Lugosi version.
Spanish is just such
Obviously,
a
the mummy
beautiful
intended to
language,
make
though.
history
Yeah.
repeat itself. He was going to cut out Flora's heart and offer it
It's like
to the god
the same
Tecatlicopa.
sets and
The
costumes
three
and
of us
stuff like
rushed to
that.
the
Just
pyramid to try to rescue Flora.
different
we stood
actors.
transfixed for a moment at the scene we saw. The mummy was standing
Definitely
next to the
have to watch
stone. He was holding a knife high in his right hand. I jumped to the floor and luckily was able to hit the blade with a bullet. It lunged at me and its enormous hands got hold of my throat. Life was leaving me rapidly when Flora's
He's reminding
father
me of
suddenly held a
Leatherface,
cross
I'm
up
not
in
gonna
front of his
lie.
face. With this, he was able to hold
Does
the
have
mummy
a
at bay while we freed
Bit of that
Flora.
vibe. Why
In
is
a frenzy,
Christian
we
magic?
untied her and got her
Why
away
is
from the
Christian
stone. Then the
like
professor ordered us
symbols
to get her out of the pyramid.
effective against like an Aztec?
His tone was so adamant and I was so concerned for
Aztec
Flora's safety
mummy.
that we obeyed him blindly. But when we got out, I realized that he hadn't followed us, and I decided to go back for her. In that very instant, a tremendous explosion shook the pyramid.
This is great.
Ugh. Can't stop yawning.
Yes,
The
please.
professor had given up his
Stop
life
that.
in order to save ours.
Sean, are you enjoying
Since
this?
the mummy had stayed under tons of boulders and
okay.
the bat had been sent to prison, of course we thought the whole
He's
business
like,
had
it's
come
not
to
the
an end.
worst.
But it didn't happen that way. The bat,
Isn't the
who is
mummy-
really the infamous Dr.
It's better
Krupp,
than Invisible
Krupp.
Ghost.
He broke out of jail.
The mummy is
In
so
his mad
good, though.
determination to get my treasure, he kidnapped
He
my
needs
daughter
Brandon Fraser.
and Flora, and then
We should just
hypnotized
watch that like
Do
off
tell us
stream
the
one
rest, my
night.
friend. Then what happened?
Yeah, for real.
her. In this state, she took the doctor to the Aztec tomb. He immediately located the mummy, taking the breastplate and the bracelet. Well, Krupp called me on the phone not too much later. I was ordered to go there and decipher the hieroglyphics to enable the
Wait,
demon
didn't
to
learn your
locate the
lesson the
treasure.
first time,
And you
mate?
agreed?
Can't you see that I had to obey? To save my wife who had been kidnapped by the doctor, and my little girl.
But there's another thing that you should know. It'll surprise you to hear that Krupp once said that he needed that Aztec treasure to work on an experiment. He also said that the experiment, of course, was costly.
Now you know how I was forced to do it. I went to Krupp's laboratory and began to decipher the hieroglyphics. In the hands of those criminals, our lives were in grave danger. Our only
Starting
hope
to
was
get
that
a little
the mummy,
convoluted, but okay.
guided by unknown forces, would be able to find Dr. Krupp's hideout just the way he had found my house on a previous occasion. I dragged the thing out as much as possible, but the moment arrived when I could stall no longer. I finished it.
That's fine.
I hope you'll keep your promise now and set us all free, Doctor.
Eh? Oh, yes. You know what to do now, don't you, Bruno?
Also, you lied to me. You told me Vincent Price was in this. Oh wait, no, that was the other one.
No,
Never
that's
mind.
Last Man on Earth.
Never mind. I take it back.
Oh, he's got the
Just what are you going to
broomstick
do?
out.
Murderers?
What do you think?
You unscrupulous pig!
Ah, awesome.
Oh. Yes.
Screw American horror movies, man. We gotta watch these old Mexican horror movies. They're way better.
Fabulous. Where's the robot?
Will there be a robot? Maybe they make the robot to combat the mummy.
Oh my god, how terrible.
No! Doctor, help me! Can't you hear? No! Help me! No!
Break him in half! Break him in half!
Yeah.
The collie realized who the criminals were and settled accounts with them.
Snap his
Then when he
back
saw
on
the
your
doctor
knee.
trying to escape, he picked him up like a rag doll and threw him into a pit full of rattlers.
A pit full of rattlers.
Bro, this movie is amazing! I love it how you get what you pay for basically
Afterwards,
with this
the
one.
breastplate and the bracelet in his
Where
hand,
did the
he
rattlers
slowly
come
shuffled
from,
away into the
though?
darkness
Why would they have a pit
and
of rattlers
soon was
in there?
lost from sight. I'll never forget the strong affection I had for Flora's father. Such a kind man whose intelligent advice brought about our salvation.
And the mummy went back to the pyramid?
No. The explosion destroyed his temple. He had no reason to go there.
In that case, can't you tell us where he is?
Permit me to continue. All these tragic happenings couldn't go unattended. So I went to the police, and they heard the whole story. Then I returned to Krupp's hideout, accompanied by the chief of police and a couple of his men. You can
I
imagine
guess
our
the
surprise
police,
when
the
we
most
discovered the place was
useless of
completely
all horror
empty.
movies.
The laboratory had been dismantled, and the bodies of the criminals that the mummy had killed had also disappeared.
Hopefully he ate them.
Continuing our search, we hurried to the snake pit. I was awestruck
Does his
when I
skin grow
realized that
back?
the body of Dr. Krupp was no longer
Oh,
Did
that'd
he
be
gain more
dope.
power?
Then, to
Yeah,
our
that's-
horror, we discovered
then that
there
means
was
the
a
Mummy
small
movie,
door
like,
in the
took
back
from
wall
this.
of the pit, through which the doctor could have escaped.
Stole that idea.
Obviously, the doctor had escaped, and
Those
strangely, I
snakes are
don't think he'd
not
been
moving.
bitten.
The man's running loose.
So that would mean that the doctor kept trying to come by those articles
Probably not.
so that he could locate the treasure.
Sean,
right,
are you
my
talking
friend,
away
he did
from your
just that.
mic?
He began to bother us a couple of weeks later.
Yes.
It happened quite
Eh.
suddenly, you see.
That's better.
One dark night,
This is the house.
Do you really think this plan of yours is gonna work, Doc?
You'll see. Now, I want you to be quiet. Keep
This
still
headset
and don't
really
make the
isn't that bad,
slightest
by the way.
noise.
Alright, good.
Flora, it is my wish that you come to my side.
Like I don't sound dreadful.
No, you sound alright.
Flora, I command you to come to me. Flora, I command you to come to me.
This is like the mummy. But it would be so bizarre if they actually took these plot
Flora,
points from this
are
movie.
you listening? Come here to me.
Yeah, but that's the scientist guy, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, you know how like he, when she's in bed and she's like tossing and turning in bed? It's the same thing, sort of. Even if it's a little different, it's still similar.
Flora,
Yeah, but
Do
why
not
is she
try to
listening
fight
to
it.
the
Come here.
science guy?
She's a Mexican honey, man.
She's freaking gorgeous.
Mexican honey.
Flora,
I just love all their clothes.
do
They're
not
so
try to
elegant.
fight it. Come here.
What the fuck is that on your face?
Blue light glasses. These are good ones. These are from La Specs.
Oh my god.
It's giving Jeffrey Dahmer.
I was literally about
Yeah,
to say.
it was literally like, wow, okay there, Jeffrey.
Come on, man, they sue me.
I mean, if you're into serial killers, yeah.
Flora,
And you
are
are,
listening?
so...
I command you
Well.
to come
If you're into eating the flesh of your gay lovers.
Yeah, I wanna boil that. I wanna like melt their brains with
Laura,
acid so I can control them
You
and
are to
manipulate
do as
them.
I command.
And
Come
keep their
here.
heads in your vegetable coolers when the police come to ask questions about the smell.
To be fair, I find them interesting. I'm not attracted to them. Just to clarify the.
¿Por qué no los dos?
What? No.
Why not both?
You can hear the ways that are being sent out by that mummy, can you not? I know well that you're able to lead us to
I mean,
him.
Ted
Yes,
Bundy
I
was
can.
charming.
Then tell us, where is Pepoka?
Hmm?
Ted Bundy was charming.
In the ancient cemetery.
No, Ted Bundy
Come
is
with
so
me.
not. Ew, gross.
Bruh, don't be afraid to admit that he would have convinced you to go back with him, and then
No,
he would have
not
cut
have.
you up
He would not have convinced me at all.
in the 1970s.
No,
Why not?
because I wouldn't be at the beach or anywhere that he was trying to pick people up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like there's a bunch of people he actually murdered as well that like were outside of his typical like environs though. Like he's got his confirmed number of kills, and then there's like another 30 that they truly believe that he did as well, which were outside of his environs.
Like Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, but I'm pretty confident Jack the Ripper only killed what, like was it three to 6 people?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
At least like 5 main ones.
Come now, Flora.
5.
Come on, we must hurry.
Okay, so we're in a cemetery. I can see the words Azteca on the thing. Plaque, that's the thing. Oh, he's having a little nap.
Little nana nap.
You devil.
You devil.
You stinking devil.
You stinking
devil. Oh, I'd like to chop your rotten flesh to pieces.
It'll certainly be great to do so. But you know
I think
it's not
it's
possible
past the
now.
rotting stage.
We're going to make my
Yeah,
experiment.
he's literally mummified.
So we must wait.
Yeah.
Wait. When I got so much hate
Do you feel,
deep
do
inside
you
of my
feel
guts,
like
you ain't got no idea
while
what it
it's
is to live like
still
this.
decaying, it's a
Hiding myself
zombie,
from
but then
everyone
once
and
it's fully
everything.
decayed and mummified, then it's a mummy.
That
Yeah.
The
stinking
mummification's what makes a
It
mummy.
dries it
Well,
out.
that too, but you know what I mean.
I promise you that he'll be destroyed.
Where's the robot?
But give
Exactly.
me time.
Yeah,
Just a
I
little
asked that
time.
earlier.
It won't be too long before you can have your revenge. Let me get the breastplate first. The
There's
bracelet.
still time for them to create a
So
nemesis
near to
robot.
them.
Also,
And it's so
where
far
is the
because I
weird
can't touch
scarab
them.
bug that crawls under the skin of the
It's
funny
too
talking
dangerous
guy?
to do it. He'll
The
wake up
funny
in an
talking
instant
guy.
and destroy us. But I'll
Yeah,
get
he
it
does
back.
have like the tongue thing there.
I swear it. No matter how long it takes me. You devilish mummy.
You
Actually,
devilish
earlier when they
mummy.
were holding the cross up at him, it was reminding me of in the Mummy when Benny's
Come on, we
holding up
better
the
go now.
different
Yeah, the different
necklaces.
We'll be needing a lot of
Yes.
time
from different religions.
if the plan I have is going to work out.
Anything you say.
Oh, his
This
face
guy's
is all
OP.
burnt. Look at his face, man.
Yeah, I thought that before.
Dude,
Or is it mummified?
these Mexican movies are detailed in a way that the American movies aren't. Like, this is the difference between this and the giant claw. Like, I love the giant claw, and like, remember when we were watching that, Mary, and it was just like an absolute joy to watch?
Yeah.
Like, don't take that away from it. But like movies like this are why it's good to explore films outside of the realm of like American motion pictures. You know what I mean?
Well,
Now listen to me well,
I really
Flora.
love watching like world
You go
movies
up to
because
your
they're all
room,
just so
then you go
different.
to sleep.
Yeah.
And when you awaken, you act quite normally.
I'm just
And
still
you
really
won't
confused
recall a
as to how this guy is
You
controlling him.
understand?
Hypnosis.
You won't recall
Oh,
a thing.
duh.
Now walk. Go on. Go on.
Go on. Go on. That reminds me of the music in Halloween.
Yeah, very Halloweeny.
Do, 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 do. This movie fucking rules.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but okay. Calm down, buddy.
Dude, it's good. It's better than The Invisible Ghost.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
Don't know about D2, that was actually
We were
really
waiting
good.
down here to have breakfast with you. We could both eat a horse.
Bacon and eggs, like always. Nothing for
Wait,
me,
there's
Marie.
another kid?
I have a
Look at
terrible
that
headache,
little
dear.
abuelita.
What's that you've got on your gown?
It's all dirty. That's funny.
You've been down in the cellar.
No, sweetheart. I don't know.
But look at your slippers. They're all muddy.
Oh, come on. What have you been up to?
Nothing. It's funny. These are new slippers. I just bought them. And now they're dirty.
I think you went out last night.
No. After I took my bath, I went to bed because I was tired.
Yes, but you got up later on, didn't you?
I did? No.
Yes, because I woke up a couple of times and you were not in bed.
No, you're mistaken, darling. I assure you I didn't leave my bed for a second.
You went out last
Well.
night, honest, Mom.
Come on, let's forget the whole thing for now, all right? Remember, she has a great imagination. Tell me, has your headache passed?
No. I'm going to lie down for a while. Excuse me, please.
I'm sorry, is this like reverse gaslighting?
You children go out and have your breakfast.
Yes, Daddy.
Come on, Piquet, I want to talk to you.
Oh, boy, what a liar you are.
Cranky
You
little
shut your
thing.
big mouth. You're the liar.
You shut your big mouth, you're the liar.
Piquet, I'm very worried.
Oh my god.
This attitude that we've observed in Flora is not normal. What's more, I'm afraid that the bat has something to do with this.
Then you really think that child was telling the truth about it? And that her mother got up and went out?
Yes.
The bat.
It's quite probable.
But Flora insists
look at
that
the
she didn't
screen.
leave her bed for a second.
Because she can't recall anything. When she got up last night, she was
Yes,
sleeping.
you have Frankenstein's monster on your
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
how
Did you
fucking
seem
good is
colored?
it
Seems
though?
impossible.
Pardon?
I'll tell you what
Did
I
you
think.
get him touched up or something?
She was
Nope.
hypnotized and could be under post-hypnotic suggestion.
Is it just the green
So
lighting?
it seems to me that the
No,
bat
it's
controls her from a
it's held up
distance.
really well.
It's logical.
It looks like it's been
This
redone.
strange attitude
No.
of Flora indicated that unscrupulous villain Krupp made her leave the house during the night.
But where did they go to?
Can't you guess what he's trying to do?
Hmm.
You certainly know what he's after. The breastplate.
And besides that, the bracelet.
Precisely, Pinkate.
Then you
I
think
thought
that
he was
she
gonna
was made
say
to go
precisely,
along with
big boy.
And he wanted her to guide him to find the mummy.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
and
he's
you
not
and I
Eddie
must go
Munson.
there. I'm going to find out if that scoundrel
He's
stole
not
those
Jack.
objects.
But that'll be difficult.
That too.
You can't investigate without any clues.
Big Boy just makes me think of that
Yes.
scene between Eddie and Steve now.
That season was so fucking good.
Oh,
Listen to me a
so
second.
good.
Suppose we took her slippers to the
So
laboratory to have that
good.
mud analyzed. That could help us, don't you think?
Yes, that might just be the solution. We'll take them, but
So
I don't
many
think she should
people
find out.
want.
We'd better do it all in secret. Come on.
Eddie and Robin skins for Dead by Daylight.
Yes, no, I'm quite sure.
Robin's
It's
fab.
embedded in the dirt.
I love Robin.
Of course, it's a small quantity, Doctor, but your suspicions are correct. They're pieces
think-
of marble.
I mean, I can't
You're
talk
sure
about
it's
it,
marble?
so I'll just
Can you
take
identify
it,
its
maybe.
source? Is it a special kind?
No, it isn't, but it's a fine quality. It might be a Carrara marble, I can say that. It's used in the construction of mausoleums, as far as I know.
Thank you.
That look they exchanged was just like...
Yeah.
This is the last cemetery. We've seen all the others. If we don't find anything here, we'd better forget about it.
Hello there!
Hello
Good
there.
evening. Tell me, are you the watchman here?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Anything
yeah,
I can do
Oh,
for
what?
you?
Why have they got the
We'd
most
like to ask you a few
stereotypical Mexican
questions.
guy ever
We'd
right
like to know
now?
if you've seen anything strange
This
the
guy was
last
there
few weeks
earlier.
or more recently. Anything very
He's the
suspicious
guy that
in
bumped
or
the
around
other
the
guy in the
cemetery
head.
pertaining to one of the graves.
Are you from the police?
Yes, that's right, my friend, and we're after a very dangerous criminal whom we suspect has been hiding in one of the cemeteries around the city.
Well, the fact is, something pretty doggone curious did happen. Just 2 nights ago, I was surprised to run into a young woman here wearing a kinda white robe. She seemed to be asleep, and 2 men entered the grounds with her. And when I asked them who they were, one of the guys slugged me, and they left me out cold here on the ground.
This is the greatest
Then we'll be
character in
taking a look
movie
around
history.
the grounds.
You can do anything you
Who,
want.
the guy with the hat?
Anything you
Yeah,
want.
and the poncho.
You see, I was right. At last, we're on the trail.
Now the tough part is yet to come, because we've got to walk around till we find the mummy.
Look, we'd better separate now. Go that way, Pinkate. I'll go over there. Go on.
Oh, no, you're not separating.
That always goes well in movies. What did he just hit his back on one of those crosses and then he's like picked at his like suit jacket or something? I have to watch that. I have to rewind that at some point.
Why is he walking like that?
Something is vibrating. It's one of the lampposts.
That whole last 30 seconds just reminded me of like a black and white silent film.
Yeah.
Ugh. Get off me, Sven.
Edward! Edward! Come here!
Edward, come here.
What happened?
Look!
They found it.
Come on.
Francisco de something or other.
Look. The breastplate and the bracelet.
They didn't take it.
All this I've just told you occurred almost 5 years ago. We visited the crypt from time to time to take a look at the mummy, with its breastplate and its bracelet, too.
And the bat, is he still around?
You know, he disappeared from sight. Then, just a couple of days ago, we read an article that is very interesting. We were profoundly surprised by it. According to the article, a couple of nights before, a cadaver had been robbed from the amphitheater.
And the individual who did it was the bat, of course.
Yes. In the beginning, we had some doubts, since the man who had been attacked couldn't offer us a description of his assailants. But later on, our suspicions were confirmed. Yesterday there was a burglary in the Radiology Institute. The thieves took a machine that uses radium. They also stole a brain out of a laboratory.
Uh-oh.
This time the police were able to identify the crooks as the Bat and all his band.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they were almost captured.
Are there any good clues, Doctor?
Lead is the only metal capable of resisting radiation. Lead material in this city is handled by many wholesalers. After visiting the first 3 or 4... good morning, sir.
Good morning. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
We're sorry to be a bother to you, but is it just possible that lately you sent out a large shipment of lead? Could you give me that information?
In the last 2 days?
Such a specific
Or
question.
it could be a week, more or less.
Well, let me check. We keep a record of our shipments in this book. Yes, here it is. Exactly 5 days ago, we made delivery of 20 plates of lead shielding 4 inches in width to number 22 Shade Street.
Many thanks.
You're welcome.
There's no question of like, oh, why do you need this
After
information?
investigating for days, at last we got the
Shady
address.
AF.
I think that Bat had made his hideout there or his laboratory.
Well, I don't see why this thieving Dr. Krupp would go to the effort of stealing radium. A
Who's
complete
the
human
Bat?
brain and also the
The
body of some man.
hypnotist.
Do you recall that the Bat once told
Oh.
Flora that he was working on a new experiment? I think that is the explanation.
It's possible. But there's no doubt that Dr. Krupp and his criminals are planning to cause trouble.
Certainly, that's also my opinion. Now, I'll tell you why I called you here tonight, gentlemen. Because you both are scientists, and you'll be able to combat the situation. Just in case we end up being murdered.
You mean to say you two are thinking of going there without taking the police along?
Yes, because you see, we're still not sure that that's the Bat's laboratory. And the police still don't have much faith in us because of what happened before. Flora, in case we're not back here at the house by 3 in the morning, I'm leaving it up to you to call the police.
Edward!
Oh, jeez.
No.
Is the robot gonna have the lead plating?
I'm yet to see a robot. What kind of machine did they steal again? Was it an MRI machine?
Yeah. Something like that. You always have to watch these movies twice, like once on stream and then once off stream to figure out what happened.
Yeah, we do talk a lot.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, that's part of it.
Oh, I love it, but
Praise
we
you
miss a lot.
two.
Dr. Armada. What a pleasant surprise.
Bruno?
Told
A
you, it's the
souvenir
guy
of
with
the
the hat.
mummy.
Yeah.
The boss is going to be very happy to say hello to you two again. Come along.
Oh, so half of his face is like that.
Yeah, the other half is.
Boss,
Yeah, that guy's the Bat, I'm pretty sure.
look what I found out in front.
Dr.
Oh, and he stole the brain to put in the robot.
This is a pleasant surprise, gentlemen. After such
Oh,
a
the
long time, I
brain
come face to face with such good friends. Exactly where did you find them?
Out in the shop there, looking around.
I offer you my
If you put a
congratulations
brain
because
in
you
a
are
robot,
magnificent.
then it's not a robot, is it? It's an android.
Did anyone else come with them?
Nobody else.
Yeah.
I saw them when they drew up in the
I
automobile.
don't think they had that
Hello.
word back then, honestly.
Bruno, aren't you going to attend our guests the way they deserve? Go fetch chairs for the gentlemen.
Damn you, time.
Sure, right away.
Damn you, time.
Tell
Curses.
me, how's your beautiful and
Egads.
charming wife, Dr. Amada? I learned about your marriage, and I admit it's a bit late to say it, but received my congratulations. And Pinky, how are you these days? Are you still the champion of right? There's no
He's such
doubt
a
about
pompous
it, and I'm
asshole.
glad.
I can't wait
Come
to see
over
this
here.
robot.
This guy with the glasses and the bow tie is giving me Clark Kent vibes.
does. He's like a Mexican Clark Kent.
Who would have thought
This guy keeps
that
covering
you'd
up his
be here
face.
at the moment to witness this? Because you're about to see something that will astonish you, truly unbelievable. When you feast your eyes on this, I don't doubt that you'll be
finally.
amazed, Doctor. And you'll be the first to congratulate me. Frankly, I'm happy that you came here to visit us, Dr. Amato. You're a man who is basically an intellectual, and that's why you'll be able to
Basically,
understand
an intellectual.
the greatness of my invention. I think you remember that time we met. Since then, I've worked day and night without resting for a minute.
What a dick.
And during all that hectic time, I explored powers that no one else knows. All those great mysteries, the very basis of creation.
Then that means that you defy all the limits that were put down by God.
There are certain secrets that we could explore and discover rapidly. And that's why it's such a shame
And
that fear
suddenly the
impedes
movie
us
has
so.
turned into Frankenstein.
You're completely mad and ignorant also.
Don't you respect research at all? Don't you want to learn to know why a body functions? I do. And at last I found the cause. Take a look at this heart that's beating. It lives. It lives and pulsates because I gave it life. And if I can give life to inert material, why can't I give it to the bodies that are damned to death?
This is so fucking awesome.
No one can possibly imagine how I worked. When I dug
It
into
just
my
feels like
bleeding
a
hands and entered
wholly
tombs,
separate
I tortured many
movie.
animals with pleasure to find the answers to man's existence.
You're insane, do you know?
I decided to create a man. A breathing body, a real man. And I have made that dream come true. There you have it.
Oh,
He needs a real
yeah,
man.
buddy.
A human robot.
Oh my god! That's his real man.
Bro.
Tonight I'm going to find out.
This guy is so proud of himself.
Test.
Sean, you're missing out on the robot, man.
But this
Oh
is
my
monstrous,
God.
Doctor.
If it lives, then my triumph will be complete.
He's so
Dr.
proud of
Amata.
himself. Look at him. He's
Because
like
I'll
a
get
kid
the
in a
treasure.
candy store. He's like,
And I'll
this
be
is a
rich.
real man.
Yeah, not us flesh,
This
not
thing
us
I
meat
create
bags.
has
This is a real man.
power. And you'll watch it. Now then. Life for the robot.
Giant tin can.
Doctor, watch this.
It's not even like a fancy robot. It's just like literally a couple of fucking squares.
Yeah. Bro, they didn't have the conception of like a synthetic android though, you know what I mean? They didn't have the
I know, but it's
they didn't
so
have that
fun.
imagery back then. So that
Look
was
at
what a
this
robot
guy.
was. Beep boop beep. I'm a robot.
Meep more.
Father, I am hurting. Father, who gave me life?
2:30 already.
What is my purpose? You pass the butter.
Don't you think it would be better to call the police now?
I don't know what to do.
No. Let's all wait till 3 a.m. and respect the doctor's wishes.
Suppose they're in danger.
Do you guys remember the movie Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams?
Oh my god, that movie. Incredible.
That movie fucking rules. And then at the end, I
Oh
won't
my
spoil
God.
it in case anybody watches.
My heart broke.
Oh, bro.
I cried so hard. Wait, there's a dude in there.
I think it's just a head.
It's the body of the guy who sold the grave.
Yeah.
What?
Grave robbing.
I'm so confused.
Oh wow. It's literally just like a tin robot.
He's so strong.
This is great, Doctor. The greatest
Big guy
invention.
kind of gives Jack Black vibes.
Yeah,
They should remake it with him as Jack Black.
straight up unhinged. With the big Dracula cloak.
This is for
You can see it
real
standing there.
the greatest movie ever
A
made.
marvelous machine, a tribute to the great intelligence
Excuse
of
me.
man. A
I
human
think you
robot
need to reevaluate that.
with his shining features.
Yeah, that's
No
true. I
human
guess the
being
giant
on this
claw
earth
has
can
that.
oppose me. Do you understand?
Yeah, you literally said that about the giant claw, and that would.
Rewatched
Do you know what
Forrest
could have
Gump.
happened to you right now?
Oh fuck, Forrest Gump.
Had I not diminished the electric force, the
Hate that
current that
movie.
makes him move, and that is contained in this apparatus? With the slightest twist of this dial, you two would have been converted into atomic dust instantaneously.
Sean, we'll play a bit of 7 Days after
Because the
this.
robot utilizes radium
But
and
Blood
has
Moon.
sufficient power to disintegrate
Yeah, we've got
anything in
time to
the
do
world.
that.
Blood Moon
Right.
again?
It meets the mummy. Bruno, prepare the special plate. The lid will shoot my truck. Hurry, time is flying. Tonight, my robot has to make a visit, you know, in a certain cemetery.
Time is flying.
What time is it? 10 minutes to 3. I told you there's no time to lose, Bruno.
This guy
Hurry,
is
get
just
going.
straight up crazy.
There's not much
Bruno.
time left. Bring the mummy in.
Bruno,
I want the police. It's urgent.
hurry up.
Headquarters, I want to talk to the chief of police.
I want you to stop and think about this. A new kind of world. An army of robots obeying me. The human species. Sheep obeying my orders. A new theory that man has not dared imagine.
Not an army of robots.
I'll make some more.
Obeying him.
Maybe 1,000. Now that I know how, the rest is easy. But for that, I need money. That treasure of the Aztecs. That's why tonight the mummy will give me what I want.
Boss, it's all set.
Fine. You two will stay here and guard our distinguished friends. They mustn't get away. They're an extremely important cog in my plan. I'm sorry that I can't take you along, but you'd only get underfoot. But I'll return, gentlemen, to inform you that I could destroy the mummy. And with the gold breastplate and bracelet in my hands, you'll begin once more to translate the hieroglyphics. This time you're helpless
Okay,
because
so
no one knows you're
he
here.
needs the robot
Dr.
to destroy
Amara.
the mummy so
they
that
can-
he can get the breastplate and the bracelet
Yep.
to
And then
get money
and then
to
translate
make
the hieroglyphics.
more robots. Clearly I'm missing something.
I'm gonna read the plot of the movie after we watch it. So-
Okay, good, thank you. Like, from what I remember, they said they stole a brain, not a human.
Yeah.
Unless the brain they stole, they put in the human they dug up.
Do you reckon anybody watched this at the time and was scared by it?
Who knows? They
Was
were
that
at least,
scary
you
to
know,
anyone?
weirded out by it, surely.
Let's hurry. I'm afraid for their lives.
Little sci-fi noises in the background. Do you imagine Scully and Mulder watching this?
They would love it.
Come on, get up! Come on, let's go! Come on! Rock it! Come on! Get it! Give me that gun! Come on!
I love, yeah, the theremin sound in the background.
Maybe Bill Bailey can play the theremin.
Laura.
What happened here?
Chief, you can arrest those
It's
two
my
men there
fun
in the other
fact
room.
of the night.
Dr. the Bat has gone to the tomb where the mummy is. Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Come on, where's the showdown? This is the greatest man ever. Is he drinking a beer?
A real man.
Imagine just seeing this. Imagine like being there on the set when they were making this. You'd be like,
What's that?
You're like, who came up with this, guys?
yeah, shine a torch at it. He's gonna be like, I've got to get off the booze. He's plotting something. Don't do it. No! 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 That's so mean!
Oh boy.
Hurry, Bruno!
We've
Take a
waited all
breastplate
movie
and
for
break
this.
it off of him.
Yes.
Who
How much
wins?
is left?
At last you.
Probably like 5
I'm
minutes.
gonna have my revenge.
You're joking.
No. Who wins?
What
Ancient,
about, you know,
ancient
the
magic
poor,
or
the poor guy's
science?
just sleeping.
So this was his big idea. I will invent a robot. The most, like, this is the technology we have, and I will use it to kill an ancient mummy.
Yeah, first I'm gonna wake him up from his nap.
I love the special effects for the mummy. Holy crap.
The mummy's great. The mummy looks like a mummy.
The robot looks absolutely ridiculous.
I love it.
Come on, yeah. There's the battle. We want to change the lighting to red. This is a battle.
We need some Mortal Kombat music right now.
Mortal Kombat! Oh, don't cut away! They're about to hug. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the battle? No! Look how big his eyes are. They've both sustained some heavy blows.
His eyes are creepy. They're really going on it. This is just really traumatic. I don't think I can watch.
Beating the shit out of him. There's no one in there. Nice. I love it how all the police just let it happen.
Again, most useless characters in all of these movies.
Popoka, in memory of the great love that once existed between us, stop all this death and destruction. Take these objects that are yours to guard and go back to the grave of our ancestors, where we should never have interrupted your eternal sleep.
That's sweet.
Oh wow.
Are they gonna suck face again? never mind.
All right, I'm going to... Oh, there's another one, King of the Zombies. Hang on, I'm just going to pull up Robot versus the Aztec Mummy.
Well, that was dreadful. I
Bro, are
loved
you
it.
kidding me? It was awesome.
It was something.
I said I loved it after I said it was dreadful. I can
Yeah,
love
that's
something
better.
for being dreadful, thank you.
Mexican science fiction horror film. It is the third installment in a trilogy.
Third?
What?
A large portion of the film is an extended recap of events from the first two.
Yeah. That's probably what they were talking about like 5 years ago. So we're going to have to watch
Mystery
all of them.
Science Theater.
Yeah. The
I-
plot. The evil Dr. Krupp, a mad scientist also known as the Bat, managed to escape the snake pit into which he was thrown by Popoca the Aztec Mummy in the previous film, and continues his efforts to steal a valuable Aztec treasure from Popoca's tomb.
But this explains why it didn't make a lot of sense, because it's a third installment.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just picked something because the name was cool.
So fine, don't even worry about it.
Krupp builds a robot with a human head and a brain in it, which is thus technically a cyborg, but I don't think that term existed back then. Planning to use it to destroy the mummy should he return to thwart his plans. Krupp's former colleague and original finder of the mummy, Dr. Eduardo Almada, his wife Flora, and his associate Pinacate all work to stop the mad scientist from completing his plans. Dr. Krupp gets inside the mummy's tomb and once again steals the gold breastplate from its resting place on the mummy's chest. When Popoca awakens in a rage, Krupp orders his human robot to fight him. That's a weird saying. That's a weird combination of words. Human robot to fight him. The two monsters engage in a fierce struggle to the death.
Fierce struggle to the death?
I wouldn't exactly call it a fierce struggle. But the robot's ability to deliver burns due to electrical shocks from its hands quickly begins to wear the mummy out. Just as it seems the robot is winning, Dr. Almada bursts into the tomb and knocks the remote control from Dr. Krupp's hands, effectively shutting off the robot's brain. In an insane rage, Popoca attacks the robot, literally tearing it into scrap metal. Popoca strangles Dr. Krupp and his henchman Tiano, then stumbles off into another tomb where, hopefully, he can return to his rest and no one will ever disturb it again.
Well, that's not exactly how I remember it, but sure, okay,
Yeah.
thank you, person who wrote Wikipedia article.
There's another two movies. The Wrestling Women versus the Aztec Mummy.
The Wrestling Women!
It's Mexican, of course there's going to be wrestling.
Love
And
it.
Mil Mascaras versus the Aztec Mummy from 2007. Let's have a look at the
Mystery
trivia.
Science Theater. It must have been the original Mystery Science Theater that they had it on. Because I watched the reboot and I don't remember that being on there.
The first half of this film is a retelling of the two previous films in the trilogy. So it sort of does make sense, but it's like you'd still need to watch both of them, using an ample amount of stock footage from both films. At one point in the film, a character causes the Aztec mummy to retreat by showing him a cross. This presumes that an Aztec mummy who has been entombed for centuries knows the significance of a cross. I literally said that. Did I not say that?
And it does say it was in season 1 of the original run of the TV series Mystery Science
from
Theater.
1989.
So, yeah, I freaking love that show though. Mystery Science Theater is so fun.
Yeah, I saw... I probably saw some of the original ones, but like it would have been in the very late 90s on like
The reboot is fun though.
on Boomerang or Adult Swim or something like that.
Mm.
So what did we think of the movie?
I mean,
It was okay.
it was strange.
Yes.
It was strange.
I mean, maybe it would have been better in Spanish.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have been able to understand it.
I know we wouldn't have been able to understand, but like maybe with subs instead of dubs.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty awesome, honestly.
I mean, it was very fun. My favorite scene was probably when the zombie was like shuffling out and it kept going between like the 3 different guys.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was genuinely creepy. Like that was a genuinely creepy moment.
I just thought that was really cool. And Yeah, artistic.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that there's a lot of people that discount older horror films simply because they're old, but you should really go back and watch old horror movies because that movie was friggin' awesome.
Yeah.